Did Paige Bueckers just deliver the most electrifying performance in WNBA history? Or did the league hand her the spotlight? A 44-point explosion, wide-open shots, and a defensive effort that felt suspiciously soft. Some are calling it greatness. Others are whispering that the WNBA is scripting its new poster girl. This isn't just about basketball. It's about influence, image, and whether the league is shaping the narrative for its future face. Paige Bueckers stepped onto the court like she was rewriting the record books in real time. 44 points. Smooth jumpers, flawless execution, efficiency that left fans stunned. This wasn't just a good night. It was a historic night. What made it even more shocking was how little resistance she faced. Shot after shot, the ball found the net, almost as if the defense had vanished. Commentators ran out of superlatives, and social media lit up with praise. But here's the strange part. In professional basketball, defenses adjust. When a player gets hot, they're trapped, doubled, forced into tough looks. Yet for Paige, the runway stayed clear. That's why her performance has sparked a storm. Not because she isn't talented, but because it felt too easy. When a player's on fire, the natural response is pressure, tight coverage, double teams, forcing turnovers. But in Paige Bueckers' 44-point showcase, that never came. Possession after possession, defenders trailed behind her, rotations came late, and traps never materialized. At times, she was left so wide open it felt like a practice drill. Now compare this to Caitlin Clark. The moment she steps across half court, defenses swarm. 2, sometimes 3 players close in, determined to shut her down. Clark rarely gets a clean look without absorbing heavy contact or being pushed into impossible angles. So why was Paige's path so clear? Was the opposing team unprepared? Were they fatigued? Or, this is a theory fueling fan debates, was the defense deliberately softened to make Paige shine? On social media, clips of the game spread quickly. Fans pointed out missed switches, lazy closeouts, and defenders giving her an extra step of space. In a league where every possession matters, that kind of effort raises eyebrows. It's one thing for a star to earn their points. It's another when the defense seems to invite them. The moment Paige's highlights hit social media, the reaction split into 2 camps. On one side, fans celebrated. They call her a generational talent, the kind of player who could carry the WNBA into a new era. Posts flooded in praising her poise, her shot-making, and the ease with which she dismantled the defense. To them, Paige's performance was proof of greatness. But on the other side, the tone was very different. Some viewers weren't impressed. They were suspicious. Threads popped up questioning whether the game was authentic. Comments read, "This looks scripted." Others claimed the league was protecting her image, setting her up to look unstoppable. The debates only grew louder when people started comparing Paige to Caitlin Clark. Fans pointed out how Clark rarely has an easy shot, always chased by defenders, always targeted as the player to shut down. Meanwhile, Paige breezed through her matchup like the floor had been cleared for her. Conspiracy theories took root quickly. Some believe the WNBA is grooming Paige as a next poster child, giving her favorable matchups and shaping storylines to maximize her marketability. Others say this is just classic fan paranoia. But regardless of where you stand, one fact is undeniable. The conversation has shifted. Paige's performance is no longer just about numbers. It's about narrative. To understand why Paige's performance is sparking such heated debate, you have to look at Caitlin Clark. Caitlin entered the league with sky-high expectations and delivered immediately. Night after night, she carries her team through relentless pressure. Defenses build entire game plans around stopping her. She faces double teams the moment she crosses half court, and in many cases, even triple coverage. Every shot she takes is contested. Every possession feels like a battle. Despite that, Caitlin has produced highlight reels of deep threes, clutch passes, and tough finishes at the rim. Her greatness comes through the adversity she faces. The resistance makes her brilliance undeniable. Now compare that to Paige's 44-point night, where Caitlin fights through constant harassment. Paige was given space, time, and rhythm. It's like Caitlin was forced to run uphill with defenders, weighing her down, while Paige seemed to glide on a clear runway. That difference is why fans are questioning the integrity of what they saw. Caitlin's path is filled with obstacles. Paige's looks unusually smooth. And in sports, the contrast matters. One star looks forged in fire. The other, some argue, looks placed on a pedestal. The way the media responded to Paige's performance only added fuel to the fire. Headlines celebrated her as a rising legend, the future face of the WNBA, while Caitlin Clark-Knightley struggles under suffocating defense were quietly pushed aside. Networks replayed Paige's highlights on a loop, framing her game as a moment of destiny. Meanwhile, Caitlin's grind, the endless double teams, the bruises, the sheer effort required to score was treated as routine, almost invisible. To fans, this looked less like balanced coverage and more like a narrative being shaped. Paige wasn't just praised, she was elevated. Every storyline seemed to position her as the league's golden ticket, the marketable star who could draw in new viewers. And this isn't new. The WNBA has done this before, spotlighting certain players, shaping storylines around them, and leaning into those images for growth. Angel Reese has experienced the opposite end of the spectrum, often painted as a villain, the rival, the challenger to the league's chosen stars. So when fans see Paige's defense mysteriously soften, followed by media outlets hailing her as the next icon, the question feels unavoidable. Is this competition or choreography? This controversy isn't just about Paige Bueckers or Caitlin Clark. It's about the future of the WNBA itself. The league is at a crossroads. Ratings are climbing, new fans are tuning in, and young stars are pulling mainstream attention like never before. That momentum creates both opportunity and pressure. The WNBA wants faces that sell tickets, drive storylines, and keep audiences invested. But here lies the danger. When fans sense the league is engineering outcomes instead of letting competition decide them, trust erodes. Sports thrive on authenticity. The belief that every basket, every foul, every win is earned, not scripted. If Paige's 44-point night is remembered as a genuine explosion of talent, it boosts the league's credibility. But if it's remembered as a staged moment, carefully protected by weak defense and amplified by media spin, it risks creating doubt about everything that follows. And once doubt takes root, it spreads. Fans start questioning not just Paige's night, but officiating calls, media favoritism, and even the integrity of rivalries. The WNBA gains attention. Yes, but at what cost? While Paige Bueckers is being celebrated as the league's golden girl, Angel Reese seems to be cast in the opposite role. Every league needs rivalries. And in the WNBA, Reese has often been positioned as the villain. Her fiery personality, emotional celebrations, and unapologetic confidence make headlines, but the coverage is rarely neutral. Instead, she's framed as the agitator, the disruptor, the one who challenges the stars the league wants to promote. When Reese has a dominant game, it doesn't always get the same glowing treatment. Instead, her performances are dissected, her attitude critiqued, and her clashes with opponents spotlighted more than her actual skill. This contrast is telling. Paige is framed as the polished star, Clark as the gritty competitor, and Reese as the fiery rival. It's a narrative triangle that's compelling for TV, but it also raises questions. Are these roles being naturally formed on the court, or are they being assigned and amplified to create drama? For fans, it sometimes feels less like authentic competition and more like a scripted storyline, heroes, rivals, and chosen icons crafted not just by play, but by perception. For fans, this debate cuts deeper than one game. Sports are built on trust, the belief that what they're watching is fair, competitive, and unscripted. When fans see Paige Bueckers score effortlessly while Caitlin Clark battles constant double teams, it creates doubt. When Angel Reese is cast as the league's troublemaker instead, of being celebrated for her talent, it fuels suspicion. And when media coverage seems to spotlight one narrative while downplaying another, it leaves audiences wondering, are we watching basketball or storyline? Some fans embrace the drama. They argue that rivalries, heroes, and villains make the game more exciting. But others push back, saying that once authenticity is questioned, the product itself is weakened. If outcomes feel influenced, even indirectly, then the emotional connection fans have to the game starts to fracture. And for a league trying to grow, that connection is everything. At the center of all this is Paige Bueckers herself. None of the conspiracy talk takes away from the fact that she is an exceptional player. Her skill set is undeniable. Her vision, her shooting, her composure under pressure. A 44-point night at any level is remarkable, but context shapes perception. The ease of her performance, the lack of defensive resistance, and the way media immediately crowned her created a storm bigger than the box score. What should have been a celebration of talent instead sparked debates about fairness, favoritism, and authenticity. Paige may not have asked for this narrative, but she's now in the middle of it. Every future game will be scrutinized, every big night weighed against questions of whether she earned it or was protected. And in that sense, her 44 points were more than just numbers. They became a flashpoint for the future of how fans see the WNBA. So, what does this all mean for the WNBA and for fans watching at home? Are we witnessing the rise of a new superstar, or are we seeing carefully crafted moments designed to boost ratings and shape narratives? The debate isn't going away anytime soon. Fans will continue to argue, compare, and speculate. Some will defend Paige's brilliance. Some will champion Caitlyn's resilience, and others will question the league's motives entirely. What's clear is this: one game, one stat line, one highlight reel can change the conversation overnight. Paige's 44-point night is more than performance. It's a lens through which we examine fairness, media influence, and the stories the league chooses to tell. The only question left for viewers is, what do you see? Do you see an unstoppable rookie carving her name into history, or a league shaping a star for its own narrative? The choice is yours, but one thing is certain: the debate is far from over, and the next chapter is just around the corner.